Have you ever seen someone do something senseless just for someone who really means a lot to them? Do you think that behind all the popularity, fame, and glamour of the entertainment world, a K-pop star can make a decision that leaves everyone speechless? This time, the shocking story comes from BTS golden magnate, Jungkook. A man who always seemed calm and charismatic, but apparently kept a big secret that not many people knew about. This fact came to light so quickly after several videos and testimonials from HYBE staff leaked onto social media, leaving fans around the world wondering, what really happened? Why is Jungkook willing to do something that could be considered crazy for Jimin? It all began in a seemingly ordinary moment. A short video from a fan's camera shows Jungkook and Jimin laughing and being together in a public place. Nothing suspicious at first glance. But in the last seconds of the video, Jungkook shows himself giving something to Jimin. His movements were quick, his gaze serious, and the atmosphere changed suddenly. Army began to speculate. Some say it is just an ordinary gift, others call it an important document. But one thing is certain, from that moment on, Jungkook reacted unexpectedly. The first message came from HYBE security personnel. Jungkook disappeared without a trace for almost 8 hours after a night training session. His cell phone was turned off, and none of the managers knew where he was. The agency initially remained silent, but confusion grew when surveillance cameras showed Jungkook leaving the building wearing a black hoodie and a small backpack. He left the building alone, without bodyguards, and went straight to the train station. Where did he go then? Why did he go secretly and without official permission? Does this have something to do with Jimin? The answers to all these questions finally came to light when a station employee in Daegu revealed something surprising. He said he saw someone who looked a lot like Jungkook sitting alone in the VIP lounge. His face was hidden, but his body language was unmistakable. Shortly afterwards, a middle-aged woman approached him. It was Jimin's mother, as it later turned out. The two seemed to be having a serious conversation and even crying. According to eyewitness reports, Jungkook bowed deeply to the woman. There was also a wave of emotions among the soldiers. What happened between Jungkook and Jimin's mother? Why did they meet secretly in Daegu? The pieces of the puzzle came together when the South Korean media outlet Dispatch published an exclusive report a few days later. It reveals that Jimin is going through a difficult time that he had long hidden from the public. He suffered severe emotional distress because a family member became seriously ill. Although he appeared happy on screen, Jimin's heart broke. Jungkook, who knew Jimin well, noticed a slight change in his behavior. Jimin's blank stare and his sigh turned into a forced smile. As a friend, Jungkook didn't stay silent. He took a bold step that many considered almost crazy. He decided to meet Jimin's family secretly and tell them his intention to help them with whatever they needed. Not only moral support, but also material, time and effort. Jungkook even offered to personally accompany Jimin to every hospital visit. This action surprised many. There aren't many artists as well known as Jungkook who are willing to face such a personal situation head-on, let alone give up all their official dates to do so. But for Jungkook, this is no burden. During one of his unofficial meetings with the BTS Run production team, Jungkook once said, "Jimin is an important part of my life. I can't stand by and watch him get hurt without doing something." This initially unpublished statement has now become a viral sentence on various social media platforms. The most emotional incident happened recently on Jimin's birthday. At that time, the members of BTS were on military duty and there was no big celebration like in previous years. But Jungkook, who was training elsewhere, asked his commander for permission to leave for a few hours. It was difficult to obtain this permission, but it was finally granted to him for very compelling personal reasons. And indeed, Jungkook came straight to the hospital where Jimin's family was gathered. In full military uniform, he came with a small box containing video messages from all the BTS members that he had secretly collected. Tears broke out in the room. Jimin couldn't hold back his tears, even his mother hugged Jungkook tightly. Everyone present was incredibly moved. Most touching was Jungkook's message in the video, "If the world is too hard for you, let me help you bear it. Since you've always been by my side, now it's my turn to be by yours." A simple sentence that sets the heart of everyone who hears it on fire. After the incident, it became clear to the public that Jungkook and Jimin did not just have a working relationship or an ordinary friendship. There is a very deep emotional bond between them. A former singing teacher once even said that Jungkook was more expressive and confident around Jimin. And vice versa. They fill each other's gaps. The big question is this proof that Jungkook and Jimin have more than just friendship? Or is it a form of love in such a strong brotherhood that arises from the bonds they have formed since their youth? Many speculate, but no one can answer with certainty. Even the other BTS members just smile meaningfully when you ask them about their closeness. However, one thing cannot be denied: Jungkook has shown incredible devotion to Jimin, even to the point of doing things that could be described as reckless. This includes begging for permission to leave the military, sneaking into Jimin's hometown, and even sacrificing his personal time to provide the necessary emotional support. He doesn't do it for publicity, not for his image, and definitely not to create sensations. He did it because it touched him deeply, because he knew Jimin needed it. This story gives many people food for thought. In the midst of a world full of falsehood and image demands, it becomes clear that there is still a sincere and pure form of affection. The relationship between Jungkook and Jimin reminds us that true friendship knows no boundaries. It is not limited by profession, status, or even popularity. It grows out of trust, sacrifice, and a love that cannot be explained with logic. So far, the two have not directly discussed the incident publicly. But on several occasions, Jimin seemed calmer and stronger. And Jungkook? He remained the same, with a broad smile, joking with his fans and occasionally looking into the camera as if to say, "I will always be there for them." The army continued to support both. The hashtags #ProtectJungkook and #ThankYouJungkook became global trending topics. Thousands of love letters, messages of support, and fan art flooded the internet. The world seems to be celebrating the story of two friends who have proven that behind the glittering stage there is a bond of hearts that nothing can break. Now that all this has come to light, one question remains: can we all love someone the way Jungkook loved Jimin? Because what Jungkook did was not only crazy, but also noble. And it is precisely in this madness that he shows the most sincere and human form of love. But this story is not really over yet. After Haru's incident at the hospital, Jungkook was often seen keeping his distance from the camera when he was with Jimin. Many see this as a form of protection. He didn't want the media coverage to disturb Jimin's peace, who was still struggling emotionally. Nevertheless, the small moments captured on camera show that their relationship remains close, if not stronger. In an accidentally leaked behind-the-scenes video, Jungkook is seen looking at Jimin from afar with a gentle and caring gaze, as if he is checking every second to make sure his hyung is okay. Interestingly, an inside source from HYBE also revealed that Jungkook had proposed the idea of making a documentary project titled Healing, with Jimin playing the main character, to the management team. The main purpose is not profit or viral content, but rather a form of therapy and a safe place for Jimin to express his feelings openly and without public pressure. This is not just a gesture of friendship, but rather a rare dedication to life in the entertainment industry. Jungkook's sincerity made many people think, could Jimin be the only one who can move Jungkook's heart so far? And if so, how many crazy things will Jungkook do for Jimin in the future?